Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another full day of eating video, but we're going to add in some very important vegan health tips. Tip number one, supplements. I take mine at breakfast, so I don't forget. So many vegans I speak to just forget. B12, if you're deficient in that for long enough, it's dementia, paralysis, death, so pretty important one. D3, if you're not getting any sun, this is vital also, and optional but recommended, long chain omega-3, EPA and DHA. I put it in as a fail-safe more than anything else. Anyway, on to breakfast. I've got some lovely tropical fruits in, so I'm going to make a tropical fruit porridge. Oats, dates, got lovely medules, just break them up into little bits. Then a plant milk. I like soya because it's got a good whack of protein and is generally more nutritious than the other ones. Amla powder, most antioxidant rich food in the world. Then a protein powder, this is Vivo Life's Ritual Protein. It's their cheaper one that they do, but super efficacious. Flax meal, chia meal. Okay, let's get that little baby on a cook. For the top one, I've got papaya, kesser mango, that's super delicious, dragon fruit, baby pineapple. These are amazingly sweet. You can actually eat the core of those. Got yellow plum. These aren't going in the food, but just to show you, exoticfruits.co.uk, every week they send us something new. So we've got Acker pears and we've got a Star Crimson pear. Looking forward to trying those later in the week. Once I get this done, we've got some computer work to do. So we finished putting together our online nutrition course, the ultimate guide to plant-based nutrition. It's 14 videos, massive PDF, loads of stuff to download. You get our cookbooks with it as well, and a big Facebook community so you can all talk amongst each other and inspire and, you know, be held accountable somewhere. We're super pumped to get that out. It's the most mad, biggest project we've ever done. Everything I know about nutrition, everything Gemma knows about cooking is 20 years, all condensed down into one amazing course. So we're excited to bring it to you. Right now, we've got to do all the back end stuff and get it on the website. And it's a load of boring stuff, so you don't really want to see that. So I'll see you guys at the gym.
So I'm making something a bit sexy for lunch today. So I've got some potato chips in the oven cooking. I'm also doing kale chips.
Fries for our American friends.
Yeah, and I'm doing you a very special sandwich. So
you're pressing some tofu.
It's going to have tofu in it. So we're going to press that and I'm going to make a nice marinade for it. So 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of sriracha, and 2 tablespoons of tahini.
I dare you to lick the spoon.
Oh, no way. Too spicy. I'm not doing it.
What's the matter? Too spicy for you? Yes, that's what I just said.
Yes.
Okay, we'll pretend 10 minutes has elapsed. I'm just too bloody hungry to wait.
Yep. So we're gonna slice this up.
Chop him skinny.
Yep, chop
Fairly skinny.
Fairly skinny.
Skinny slabs.
However thick this is.
4 millimeters, please. Now what's happening?
I think it's so close. Now I'm going to pop it in the marinade and then pop it in the air fryer. You can pop it in the oven, but our oven's got chips in it, so.
How long does it take in the oven?
In the oven, you cook for 15 minutes, flip, and then cook for another 10 minutes.
What temperature?
200 degrees. I don't know exactly how long in the air fryer. I'm going to do it for around the same time, but I think it might cook a little quicker actually, because air fryers tend to do that.
They're good at that.
They're good people. This is my favourite marinade that we've come up with so far for tofu.
Yeah. Is this on the Ultimate Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition course?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, link in the description. Not yet, but it will be soon. You'll be able to give us your...
Oh yeah. Okay, let's try start 15 and then we will flip it and try another 5 and go from there. Now I'm making coleslaw. Coleslaw, can't say it. Coleslaw.
That's it.
Is that
healthy coleslaw. What the hell goes into coleslaw?
Well, I'm no coleslaw expert really. I've not made it many times, but
carrots.
I think you put some carrots and some cabbage in there.
Right.
Do you put onion in it? I don't really know.
I don't.
I think. Okay.
I don't want no onions of it.
Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah. Don't want to grate my finger off.
I grated a bit out of my thumbnail the other day, didn't I? That was horrible.
Chop this all skinny now as well.
What's happening?
Oh, I'm just flipping over the chips.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You're doing it painstakingly.
Am I? How would you do it?
I'll just ask you to do it.
I have to take one of my tops off because I'm so hot.
You sure are.
Now I'm going to make the mayonnaise to go inside the, what's it called? It's over there, coleslaw. So you want 300 grams of silken tofu. So I'm using the recipe from the vegan tuna mayo from our Where'd You Get Your Protein cookbook. So yeah, if you have that book, you've got it. It's in there. I'm referring back to it so I can remember. So I have some garlic. I'm going to do about half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon, and you just rest it on the top of the tofu, yeah?
That's what you want, really. You're going to mix it up. 1.5 teaspoons of mustard. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of cashew butter. 3 tablespoons.
Apple cider vinegar.
And then mix it up, simple as that.
Go on, girl.
Vegan power.
Look at them gains.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that would do quite a lot of vegetables, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've only used half of that, and I think that looks good actually. That looks about right. I want to taste it.
Is it coleslaw-y?
I can't remember exactly what coleslaw used to taste like, but I think that is it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Ooh. Looks good.
Our tofu looking nice and crisp. So in the end I cooked it for 15 minutes, then I got rid of the parchment paper and I cooked for another 10. But I just didn't want it like all to stick on the bottom with all the sauce at the beginning. That's why I put the parchment paper in there. And I took it out so it could crisp up nicely. Now I'm making kale chips. So I'm just taking the stalks off of this kale. When we first got the air fryer, we made kale chips every night for like weeks, didn't we? Then we just got out of the habit of it. So I've washed the kale. I'm just gonna put a tiny little pinch of salt on. That's it. It's been a while since I've made these. I think I remember we used to cook them at 190 for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, I see you've got all the gubbins together now.
Yeah, I've also got some of this sunflower seed spread. It's got a bit of a kale chip on it. If you want to know how to make this, will you put an information card?
Yeah, but it'll be the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
So this is just sunflower seeds and good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically like a sort of margarine replacement. Like
Yeah.
It's got a slight cheesy.
If you take out the nooch, it will just be sunflower seed spread.
Yeah, it's honestly a really great replacement for butter or margarine or whatever.
Good way to get your vitamin E up as well.
Yeah, that'll make it look good for the gram.
Nice. Tofu, what do you think, 2 or 3? Let's have 2 and then I'll have a third roll, like, which won't be on the plate because that won't look good for the gram.
So one of these?
Oh,
Two?
I was thinking at least a couple, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best. Yeah, 2 will do it, won't it?
Yeah. Looks like the best sandwich we've ever made.
I wouldn't be inclined to disagree, madam.
Up yours, McDonald's. We do it much better and healthier.
Do. Up yours, McDonald's. And now we need to put their hats on.
Oh yeah, we're done.
Look at that. That's a sandwich and a half.
That is a sandwich.
Boom. Before I tuck into this, we'll just speak to tip 2, which I had to write on my hand to make sure I didn't forget, to do with vegan health. When you first switch to a vegan diet, ideally, eventually you want to aim for all whole foods, legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices, as they come from nature. But initially, if you do that all straight off the bat, there'll be so much more fibre than you're used to. Oftentimes it will cause gut dysbiosis, you'll get gas, bloating, pain, changes to gut motility. And what you need to do is slowly take out some of your animal products, processed junk, put in the more fibre-rich, healthy foods. In the interim, something like tofu, so we've used tofu as the sort of meat replacement in these sandwiches. There's silken tofu in the mayonnaise for the coleslaw. That's a way of keeping your that's a way of keeping your protein high, but without they take out the fibre to make tofu. So that's a good little interim. And for me, being a larger bodybuilder, I need to eat so much volume of food that I don't mind to use tofu on occasion as well. Pretty healthy. You've lost maybe half the minerals, you've lost the fibre, but there's nothing bad added. You've got some good stuff in there as well though. So that's one of my top tips. Now let's try it. My sandwich, name that show. Wow.
Let's have a look at it. Oh yeah.
Super tasty. Of course, I'm bigger than your average bear, so I need another one, but that didn't fit on the plate and look nice. Anyway, sod off. I don't want to get this down my neck. Bye. Just back from my evening nature walk. I've got hungry now. I want something fresh yet filling. I'm going to make an awesome salad with a delicious dressing. Let me show you how to put dressings together. So I'm starting with this bistro salad mix, mixed leaves. There's some beets there. So we've got tricoloured peppers, red cabbage, radishes, cress, some lovely calamari olives. We've got some Brazil nuts and some pumpkin seeds. Cooked some Bulgar wheat earlier, so that's obviously cooled down. I've got mixed beans. These are cannellini and dookie by the looks. So they're gonna go in. This is gonna be my dessert, some raisins, but it's always good to throw a bit of sweet in with your salads. So these bad boys will go in. Go over my little mix. So we'll try to sort of make a mountain of this in the middle. As always, I'll probably not put it all on and just pile loads on after the fact once we're taking off photos and whatnot. For the grandmas, put a few little extras to the side so you can then just jazz it up on the top there. Okay, so for the dressing, I always start with a smaller amount of water. You can add more water in, you can't take it out. We're gonna make about 4 servings here, so that we've got enough that the blade is gonna mix it properly. So I'm gonna go in with 8 tablespoons of tahini. The rest of it I'll basically make up as I go along and then just try it and just adjust accordingly. So I'm going with 1 tablespoon of tamari for some salt. So for a good sauce, you want a fat, you want a salty element. You also want tangy. I often use a vinegar like apple cider. Today we're going with some citrus. You need sweet as well. I'm going with dates. You could use maple syrup, but this is a healthier way. So that's the basics of how you make a sauce. Then you can go in with any sort of herbs, spices, things to like flavor it up a little bit. I'm going in with some garlic, mustard. What do you reckon, Gem? Is that going to be good?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, so good consistency. Let's try it for flavour. Nailed it first time. Boom.
Completed it, mate.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, do you want me to taste it?
Yeah.
With my fingers.
Is it good?
Oh, what does that remind me of? Something good.
Salad dressing. At the last minute, I realised there's no herbs in this, so we're going with a little bit of dill, just as a garnish. Which brings me to vegan health tip number 3, eating a range of whole plant foods so you're taking advantage of the concept of food synergy. That being, nutrients in one ingredient can amplify health benefits of nutrients in other ingredients. So there was this one particular study, they were looking at cancer cells proliferating in petri dishes, and the researchers dripped on some kind of grape. And the growth slowed by 30%. Then with another batch, they dripped on some onion, that slowed the growth by 50%. And then they did half and half, and so you'd think 30, 50. So in the middle there must have been 40%, and it actually slowed the growth by 80%. So food synergy, very important. So you'll notice I added on a herb. I already had legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and spices. So there you go, that's the whole gamut of whole plant food types. So try to get those in most meals if you can. Right, let's just give this bad boy a little try. That is super tasty. It's really going to hit the spot. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me today. I hope you've been inspired to move more, eat well. Perhaps you're already doing those things and you just like to see someone else up to it as well. Comment below, what kind of dishes do you want to see me make? What kind of things do you want to see me get up to? And we'll try to add that in future vlogs. But for now, click this.